The time has come that we as the people of the country unite together to stop what is called the transmission chain, because it is the time that we make sure that the infection do not spread from one person to another. Why is it most important is because many of the people who would be carrying the virus can be asymptomatic. That is one thing which is very important. And the second thing is that even if the symptoms occur, they occur after a couple of days. In fact, it could be even up to 10 to 12 days. So we have to make sure that all of us stay at home. It is very important that we make contact with other people as minimum as possible. This 1 meter distancing should be the buzzword now.
Government releases revised guidelines for Lockdown 2.0 to be implemented after the 20th of April. Limited activities permitted in select sectors, including agriculture. The Cabinet Secretary to constantly monitor the situation with state chief secretaries. After April 20, limited activities permitted in select areas, which include health, agriculture and horticulture. Mandis too allowed to remain functional. Carpenters, plumbers, motor mechanics and other self-employed people to do their jobs. Cinema halls, religious gatherings closed. Industry welcomes new guidelines, praises the government for extending the lockdown, says that the only option to deal with the crisis, and also workers have welcomed the guidelines. Ministry of Health issues detailed directions to the states regarding the second phase of the lockdown. The districts of the country will be classified into 3 categories: hotspot districts, non-hotspot districts, but where cases are being reported, and green zone districts. The number of active corona positive cases in the country, near 10,000, around 1,300 people have recovered, while the death toll stands at 377. Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh continue to register the maximum COVID-19 fatalities. The Delhi police books the Tabligh-e-Jamaat chief Maulana Saad for culpable homicide under Section 304. Under the Act, the Maulana will have to seek bail from court and can face up to 10 years of prison if found guilty. The India Meteorological Department releases the first long-range forecast for the southwest monsoon and says that this year the country will have a normal monsoon. Quantitatively, the rainfall during the monsoon season 2020 is expected to be 100% of the long-term average. As the global corona positive cases reach 2 million, the US remains the worst affected, with the death toll amounting to 26,000. The US President Donald Trump announces a withdrawal of funding to the World Health Organization, accusing it of being responsible for hiding the ferocity of the pandemic. Namaskar and welcome to the news. I'm Mark Lynn. Here's our top story. The Ministry of Home Affairs has issued a revised guideline. These revised guidelines will effectively be implementing Lockdown 2.0 from the 20th of this month, as announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday. The guidelines have prohibited interstate, inter-district movement of people. Metro bus services continue to be prohibited, and all places of worship are closed, with religious gatherings strictly prohibited till the 3rd of May.
Following the announcement by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to extend the lockdown by another 19 days up to the 3rd of May, the Ministry of Home Affairs has issued detailed revised guidelines with provisions for opening of operations in select areas from the 20th of April. The sectors which will remain closed up to the 3rd of May include all domestic and international flights, all passenger trains, buses, metro networks, all educational institutions, coaching institutes, all industrial and commercial activity other than permitted, taxis including auto and cycle rickshaw and cab aggregators, all cinema halls, malls, shopping complexes, all social, political, sports and religious gatherings, all religious places of worship, funerals with more than 20 persons not allowed. In the hotspots and containment zones, there shall be strict perimeter control to ensure that there is no unchecked inward or outward movement except for maintaining essential services. However, select permitted activities will be allowed starting the 20th of April in order to mitigate the hardship of poor people. These areas include all health services including hospitals, nursing homes, clinics permitted, dispensaries, chemists, pharmacies, medical labs, collection centers to remain open. Medical manufacturing units, construction of medical infrastructure to be allowed. All agriculture, horticulture activities permitted. Mandis to remain operational. Movement of trucks and other goods to be allowed. Truck repair shops, highway dhabas to remain open. All facilities in supply chain of essential goods permitted. Shops including kirana and single shop to remain open. IT and IT-enabled services to function up to 50% staff. E-commerce services, courier services, cold storage allowed. All banks, ATMs to remain open. Industries in rural areas, SEZ and export units permitted. Construction of roads, irrigation projects, buildings and all industrial projects permitted. Construction projects within municipal limits where workers are available on site. Self-employed persons, carpenter, electrician, motor mechanic allowed to function. The government has specified that even while permitting the activities, strict adherence to social distancing and sanitization guidelines to be maintained. This is in accordance with the mantra given by Prime Minister Modi for tiding over the crisis of Jaan Bhi, Jahan Bhi. Bureau Report, DD News.
The CI Director General, Charanjit Banerjee, has in fact welcomed this decision of the Union Government to extend the lockdown till the 3rd of May. Chandrajit Banerjee said that this is the best way and the best possible way to keep the country safe from the coronavirus. He welcomed the Ministry of Home Affairs' guidelines with regard to the lockdown as well.
See, the phased manner of the exit from lockdown, which has been announced here, is indeed a very welcome step, and it really provides an economic roadmap for a restart from the 3rd of May. The MHA guidelines are completely in line with what we have been recommending, and that is suggested a calibrated exit from the lockdown, and as per a spatial as well as a sectoral consideration, while maintaining proper health and sanitation as well as social distancing protocol. Now, with this advanced guidance, industry would really be able to better prepare itself for a restart of our economic activities. I must especially thank the government for its huge focus that it has given on the agriculture as well as the plantation sector, the rural population. It's a very, very important focus. And we are also seeing the MHA guidelines, which is providing a very important focus on essential items, including their smooth movement, as well as the export sector. So we hope that in the next phase, some more important labor-intensive sectors would come up, but with giving the focus on industries to restart in a calibrated manner, with a focus on logistics and e-commerce, this is a great step which will facilitate both economy as well as livelihood, as well as, of course, lives.
And the corporate sector has, in fact, supported the lockdown 2.0 in the country. The industry chamber's FICCI has also said that the time has been given till the 20th of April to open selected sectors of the economy, which is quite crucial for the industry, and preparation will be done. This is from the 20th. These
the order issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs as a follow-up to the Prime Minister's address yesterday is a very welcome step. It actually calibrates the opening going forward and gives those industries and those commercial establishments that need to open up on the 20th enough time to plan opening with the standard operating procedures in place. Second, it addresses the needs of critical people at the bottom of the pyramid, especially those outside the municipal limits, and also looks at addressing the needs of those sectors and industries that have their own captive workforce and are outside the areas where the COVID infection is either present or spreading or being contained. What is required now as a follow-up is for those sectors that have not been allowed to open up to look at how we can sustain them in the lockdown period and post the lockdown period. Some of the industries that have been closed earlier and now open now will require similar support.
And the other Chamber of Commerce and Industry, ASSOCHAM, they have also said that the benefits accrued during the first phase of lockdown will not go in vain, and that the country, like Singapore, had to withdraw the decision to lift the lockdown.
First lockdown that has happened, I think there is an aggregated benefit that has accrued to the country. Now, we cannot undo that aggregation. Undoing that aggregation by opening up completely would have been disastrous. There are countries like Singapore and the others who have tried it, and they had to shut down back again. Now, India, I don't think is in a position to be able to take that that is as an example. I don't think it is prudent. So, therefore, we welcome the step of the Prime Minister that it has been extended. However, all this is in the interest of Indians, interest of everybody, but it is coming at an economic cost. घर में कोई बीमार हो जाता है, कुछ हो जाता है, sudden cost आ जाती है, हम सबको absorb करनी पड़ती है. As a country, I think we should take that step, and we should take it in the right spirit.
Well, the government is leaving no stone unturned in the fight against COVID-19. And to ensure that no case is left unattended, the government has decided to classify all the districts of the country into 3 categories: hotspot districts, non-hotspot districts, but where cases are being reported, and green zone districts.
हमने अपने सारे जितने भी ज़िले हैं जो स्टेट से इंफॉर्मेशन के हिसाब से उनको 3 पार्ट में डिवाइड किया है. एक हॉटस्पॉट्स या रेड जोन डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हैं, एक नॉन हॉटस्पॉट डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हैं जहां पर कुछ केसेस आए हैं, और कुछ ऐसे ज़िले हैं जहां पर कोई भी केस रिपोर्ट नहीं हुआ है. तो उसमें करीब 170 ज़िले पाए गए जो हॉटस्पॉट डिक्लेयर होंगे, 170. और इसके साथ ही जो नॉन हॉटस्पॉट डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स है जहां पर कुछ केसेस और पाए गए हैं जिनको हमने हॉटस्पॉट डिक्लेयर नहीं किया, लेकिन हम चाहते हैं कि वहां पर भी क्लस्टर कंटेनमेंट प्लान इंप्लीमेंट किया जाए और उनको पोटेंशियल हॉटस्पॉट्स हो सकते हैं तो उससे पहले ही उनको रोका जाए. वह करीब 207 जिले हैं. इसके साथ ही तीसरा इशू इसमें यह है कि हमने उन्हें कहा है कि हॉटस्पॉट जिले जो हैं उनके लिए जहां पर भी डबलिंग रेट, यानी कि जहां पर केस के बढ़ने की गति काफ़ी ज़्यादा है, उनको भी हॉटस्पॉट्स में डिक्लेयर किया जाए. जिला लेवल पर, स्टेट लेवल पर इसकी एनालिसिस की जाए और उसके तहत उस पर कार्य किया जाए.
And the Union Health Ministry spokesperson said that full attention will be paid even in those areas which are in the low-risk category.
जो जिले आज केसेस रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं लेकिन हॉटस्पॉट की कैटेगरी में नहीं आते हैं, उन पर भी उसी मोमेंटम और उसी अटेंशन से काम करने की ज़रूरत है. ये हमारे पोटेंशियल हॉटस्पॉट्स हो सकते हैं. वहाँ पर भी क्लस्टर कंटेनमेंट प्लान के हिसाब से कार्य किया जाए. हाँ, वहाँ पर भी हमारा फोकस हो कि हम कॉन्टैक्ट ट्रेसिंग करें, सर्वेलेंस करें, क्लिनिकल मैनेजमेंट पर ध्यान दें, ताकि इन इलाकों में भी चेन ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन को ब्रेक कर सकें. साथ ही जो हमारे नॉन इफेक्टेड जिले हैं वो नॉन इफेक्टेड ही रहें, उन पर कार्य करने की ज़रूरत है. वहाँ पर हमें कम्युनिटी से एंगेज करते हुए अपना हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अपग्रेड करना है. कोविड डेडिकेटेड हॉस्पिटल जल्दी से जल्दी बनाने हैं और उनके साथ ही ILI, दैट इज इन्फ्लुएंजा लाइक इलनेस, और सारी सीवियर एक्यूट रेस्पिरेटरी इलनेस की मॉनिटरिंग करनी है, उनसे रिलेटेड टेस्टिंग करनी है.
And the Health Ministry spokesperson also said that buffer zones are being made in the country where special teams would be deputed to trace and treat corona patients.
बफर जोन कहेंगे, वहाँ पर भी सभी हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज चाहे वो गवर्नमेंट हो या प्राइवेट हो, उनको ओरिएंट किया जाएगा और वहाँ पर इन्फ्लुएंजा लाइक इलनेस या सीवियर रेस्पिरेटरी एक्यूट सिंड्रोम, जो उस टाइप के ब्रेथलेसनेस से रिलेटेड केसेस होंगे, उनकी भी टेस्टिंग की जाएगी. हमारी तैयार की गई ये स्पेशल टीम्स जो कि कंटेनमेंट जोन में काम करेंगी, वे सभी कॉन्टैक्ट्स को ट्रेस करेंगी और साथ ही हाउस टू हाउस विजिट भी करेंगी. इस टीम्स में हेल्थ स्टाफ के अलावा लोकल रेवेन्यू स्टाफ, लोकल कॉरपोरेशन स्टाफ और साथ ही जो हमारे वॉलंटियर्स हैं जैसे कि रेड क्रॉस, NSS, नेहरू युवा केंद्र, उन सब वॉलंटियर्स का भी इस्तेमाल किया जाएगा. हाउस टू हाउस सर्वे के द्वारा हम उस केस में, उस एरिया में जिसमें भी सर्वे होगा कंटेमिनेट एरिया में, उसमें फीवर, कफ और ब्रेथलेसनेस से रिलेटेड केसेस को आइडेंटिफाई करते हुए उन पर एज पर प्रोटोकॉल एक्शन लेंगे.
The Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan held a high-level meeting with officials of the World Health Organization through a video conference. And this is to discuss the measures of preventing the spread of COVID-19 outbreak. The Union Minister for Development of the Northeastern region, Dr. Jitendra Singh, held a meeting with officials of his donor ministry. And the meeting discussed the measures to augment health facilities in the northeast region of the country during the corona pandemic and also to monitor the northeast region during the lockdown. The Union Minister said that the government is committed towards development of the northeast states, and that's why much before the lockdown came into force, a development assistance of 25 crore rupees was sent to the northeastern states.
अभी लॉकडाउन की घोषणा होने से कुछ समय पहले ही डोनर मंत्रालय की ओर से 25 करोड़ रुपए की अतिरिक्त राशि उपलब्ध करवा दी गई थी पूर्वोत्तर के 8 प्रदेशों को, जो एक तरह की प्राथमिक सहायता अथवा सहयोग था। उसके अतिरिक्त नॉर्थ ईस्ट जो हमारी फंडिंग है उसमें हेल्थ सेक्टर में ये प्रदेशों को ये एक ऑप्शन दिया गया था, एक विकल्प दिया गया था कि यदि वो हेल्थ सेक्टर की श्रेणी में कोविड संबंधित कुछ राशि लगाना चाहते हैं या उसकी व्यवस्था चाहते हैं तो हमारा मंत्रालय उसके लिए भी सहयोग करेगा।
In a big boost to provide protection to healthcare professionals in the fight against COVID-19, the Indian Railways plans to produce over 30,000 coveralls, that's PPEs, personal protective equipments, in April 2020, and plans also to manufacture 1 lakh of the same in May 2020. The prototype coveralls, they have already been cleared, and the prescribed tests with the highest grades at the authorized DRDO laboratory at Gwalior have been done. The Indian Railways doctors, medical professionals and other health workers and caregivers are working tirelessly against to fight against this disease, COVID-19. The Delhi Police has been distributing relief food materials to needy people in various areas of Delhi. In fact, apart from providing food materials to the personnel, they are also providing support to the underprivileged, poor migrant workers and daily wagers. The additional DCP, Amit Kaushik, talks about Delhi's initiative, the Delhi Police's initiative.
Sir, your people are outside helping out each and every individual. For them, this initiative about Police Families Welfare Society, can you share some details regarding that?
Police Family Welfare Society has taken a new initiative on the directions of Honorable President Shrimati Pratima Srivastav, that in this we are providing foods not only for the police staff who are doing duties on field areas, but also the persons who are needy for the foods and not getting food because of lockdown. So this initiative is improving the morale and motivation of the police person.
How many food packets are you distributing? How many people are you going to involve?
Today, this new initiative is started with 1,000 of packets, food packets. They are not only food packets, but also soaps and chocolates and masks, surgical masks, वगैरह. That is also we are providing. So this is safety and security for persons, and daily need things are also involved in it.
सबसे पहले तो मैं दिल्ली पुलिस चीफ कमिश्नर दिल्ली पुलिस का धन्यवाद करूंगा सर का, जिन्होंने स्टाफ को बहुत ही अच्छे एक मोटिवेशनल तरीके से लीड भी किया सर ने, और सर की गाइडलाइंस इंस्ट्रक्शंस पूरी दिल्ली पुलिस के लिए आती रहती हैं, और उन गाइडलाइंस को हम फॉलो करते हुए स्टाफ को मोटिवेट इंस्पिरेशन भी देते रहते हैं, और हम कोरोना की फाइट के लिए हम सभी के सभी तैयार हैं.
They have taken the task of making sure that each and every individual in their working, not just with the Delhi police but also outside, stay safe, stay healthy, and they are doing their level best to make it happen. With cameraman Mohit, this is Tapas Bhattacharya, DD India, Delhi.
And going back to our story on the guidelines that were issued and the Home Ministry's press conference today, the spokesperson of the Home Ministry made it clear that the lockdown 2.0 will be strictly enforced and that people should follow the MHA guidelines.
जितने भी औद्योगिक या वाणिज्यिक या और भी कार्य स्थल हैं, वर्क प्लेसेस हैं, वहाँ पे एक स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोटोकॉल SOP जो सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग की दृष्टि से बनाया गया है और जो इन गाइडलाइंस के साथ संलग्न है, उसकी अनुपालना होना आवश्यक है। तो जो ये आज गृह मंत्रालय की गाइडलाइन है, इसका जो सार है वो ये है कि जो लॉकडाउन है वो जारी रहेगा।
The Indian industry captains have hailed the MHA guidelines during the extended lockdown period. Here are some of the prominent voices from India Inc.
Consequent to the Prime Minister's message on extending the lockdown and a new set of guidelines being announced today by the Ministry of Home Affairs, I would like to say this is a welcome step in balancing lives and livelihoods. This has also been a demand from the players in the economy, including industry. So many of the Confederation of Indian Industries recommendations have been included in gradually starting off economic activity in the country while maintaining full safety and all precautions to ensure that this adds to the economic activity without adding to the disease burden of the COVID-19 pandemic. This is a welcome step. Of course, the details and the finer details will only be understood once we start to implement these, and we would like to stay in touch with the government on an ongoing basis to continue to do mid-course correction wherever it's required. Thank you to the industry, thank you to the government, thank you to the administration, and thank you to the frontline workers who are helping us battle this absolutely unforeseeable situation of the pandemic. So also a big thank you to many who we don't see in hospitals but are helping us run our daily lives, selling vegetables, delivering parcels, delivering food, etc.
Hello everybody, I am Ravneesh Gulati, presently Vice Chairman, CII J&K Chapter. We welcome the guidelines issued by MHA, which are surely going to help kickstart the economy of the country and also ensure supply of essential commodities throughout the country. Further, we look forward to easing of supply of critical machinery parts required for smooth running of industry.
Start by complimenting the government on a fantastic job done so far. The effort they've put in containing the spread of coronavirus is extremely commendable. The guidelines issued today by MHA are doing a fine job of balancing between life and livelihood. I think the guidelines are very valid and very useful because they clearly lay out what sectors can open, what can't. Given the need of the hour is that the economy also has to revive. So they walked a very fine line between ensuring, especially the agriculture sector, the migrant labor are impacted the least, and luxury items like cinemas, malls can wait a little longer. With that, I'd like to again compliment the government, and we are extremely supportive of all that they've done so far for ensuring all our health and safety.
The India Meteorological Department has released the first long-range forecast for the southwest monsoon and said that this year the country will have a normal monsoon. Quantitatively, the rainfall during the monsoon season 2020 is expected to be 100% of its long-term average.
समूचे देश में दक्षिण पश्चिम मानसून की ऋतुनिष्ठ जून से सितंबर वर्षा लगभग सामान्य रहने का संभावना है। तो इस साल जून से सितंबर के बीच में जो मानसून सीजनल रेनफॉल होने का हम उम्मीद कर रहे हैं वो 100% है, यानी लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज का 100% मानसून रेनफॉल इस बार जून से सितंबर में कंट्री एज ए होल में रियलाइज होने का उम्मीद किया जा रहा है। भारत का सीजनल रेनफॉल 88 सेंटीमीटर है।
And after recording the highest monsoon rainfall in the last 25 years during 2019, India is all set to witness a good monsoon season again this year. The Secretary, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Madhavan Rajivan said that quantitatively the monsoon rainfall is expected to be 100% of the long period average this year.
Monsoon will be normal this year. So quantitatively 100% of long period average. ये अच्छा news है. It's a good news for all of us. And we will update our forecast in the end of May. And by that time we will be able to tell more details about regional, how the regional distribution of monsoon rainfall will be.
With that, we conclude this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Namaskar.
Indian scientists have discovered a new species of legless amphibians in the northeastern jungles of India. An amphibian is a living organism that can live both on land and in water. The discovery was made jointly by an Indo-European research team comprising scientists from Delhi University, London's Natural History Museum, and Vrije University, Brussels. About 350 species of amphibians are found in India, and among them, caecilians resembling earthworm, lizard-like, salamanders, and frogs are the most common. Belonging to the family of caecilians, the new organism is named Cichlidae in Garo language. These organisms are found in damp land of northeastern India. Caecilians are closely related to another species of amphibians found in Africa, which shows that this species evolved much before Indian subcontinent separated from the African landmass. Researchers say that this organism faces danger from local population who kill it, often mistaking it for a venomous snake. Whereas Cichlidae is neither venomous nor does it pose any danger to humans. Dr. Biju has said in his research that northeastern India's forest life has a rich ecosystem, but it still requires more research. Situated in the plain mountain ranges in Tamil Nadu, Kodaikanal presents a picturesque sight to behold. If this is nature's bounty here, man has gifted it a priceless heritage of science by establishing a solar observatory in Kodaikanal. This observatory was established on April 1, 1899. Equipments and manpower from then Madras Observatory were shifted here. The data collected about the various activities on the solar surface are the oldest one in India. The photographs taken from this observatory for the last 100 years are now being digitized so that the last 10 solar cycles can be studied. The flow of the gases on the solar surface, which is called Evershed effect, was first discovered in this observatory in January 1999 by John Evershed. This is a solar tunnel telescope which is fitted with a modern spectrograph at the Kodaikanal Observatory. This is fitted with two mirrors of 60 cm diameter and has been placed at a tower 11 meter high. These mirrors send the sunlight using another flat mirror into the 60 meter long underground horizontal tunnel where the image of the sun is projected. This observatory helps in investigating all the activities on the solar surface, including the solar flares. The magnetic field of the sun can also be measured. Besides, the information about the turbulence in the ionosphere can also be received. For the purpose of weather forecast, data relating to the temperature of the earth, atmospheric pressure, and rain is also collected at the observatory and sent to different meteorological departments in India and abroad. Functioning for the last 112 years, the Kodaikanal Solar Observatory is not just a historic heritage of the country, it is also contributing in the field of astrophysics.
Namaskar and welcome to Doctors Speak. Today is the first day of the extended lockdown till the 3rd of May. Now, this is the most appropriate way of dealing